Hi everyone. So today's video, if you have seen the name of the video, it's not actually against the CBSE board, or it's not actually against the teachers of the CBSE or anything, or the school system and all. It's only something which, personally as a teacher, okay, I'm worried about how our Indian education system is going forward and where is it heading to. Okay, because seeing for the past couple of years, the CBSE, how it is managing things or handling things, so I am really a bit clueless and confused if the management behind the CBSE board, is it going according to something like they want to encourage students, or see to it that the education system improves and the students become more ready for the future, or in that, you know in the bargain they are trying to unknowingly, destroy a child's future, or maybe not being able to handle things well. So that, and children are really confused nowadays, especially of the CBSE board. So why I'm saying all of this is because, as being a teacher, okay, having my own institute, it becomes a bit worrisome for me when I am seeing for the past 1-2 years, many of the parents of CBSE students are really worried. Okay, they really are thinking that, did we do a mistake getting into CBSE? We should have been in state board only, or we should have admitted our children in the state board school only. So when these questions come around 5-6 years back, never a parent used to think all of this. But of late, I'm been noticing parents also extremely worried and students also being clueless. So there are certain things which I feel, if those who are watching my video, and if the CBSE board is watching my video, any official, uh, okay, think about it, what I'm saying, if it makes sense. If it does, please do something about it. Okay, we'll go point by point. The first thing, and at the moment also, you can see there are controversies going on about the 8th standard NCERT textbook. Something which is there in the new syllabus is about the Supreme Court, High Court, the judges, and all these things which are against the courts. So there also, it's in controversy, like something wrong has been printed, or maybe it is something to debate about. And if you see off late also, there are many historical events which were there in the CBSE textbook. If you see the news, if you Google it, you will see many historical things which were wrongly interpreted. Okay, and then there were chapters which were printed first, and then they were reprinted. It was revised again and reprinted once again. So this first thing, makes every student and a parent, first and foremost, and even schools, the teachers get confused, okay, when they don't have a structured system of what we have to teach. So every child and every teacher and every parent of a CBSE student, there will be little bit of confusion if we are taking the, if we are teaching the right thing to our children or not. That is first. Secondly, if you see that, uh, 5th to 8th standard, every school is giving their own textbooks. So this is not about government schools. So there are many government CBSE schools which follow the NCERT textbook only, but many private, I think not many, all the private schools are giving their own textbook. That is, they are having a tie up with publications, and there are so many publications which are making their textbooks, and then they give those textbooks, and the school feels that these books are a bit more interactive, etc., etc. But according to my experience, when I'm teaching students, okay, when they are not having a structured way of studying, because what is happening, the teachers in all the schools of CBSE, they are teaching, just they are rushing through the chapters. Okay, the way it is presented in those interactive textbooks, the teachers are not teaching like that. They are just rushing through the chapters and they are finishing the portion. That is their main motive. And if you see in most of the CBSE schools, and I don't know, maybe it happens in ICSE also, the teachers are there on a temporary basis, 2 months, 3 months, 4 months. After that, change. That teacher is no longer there in that particular school. So again, when I talk to my students and I ask them what is the method taught about in this sum or this concept, how is it taught in school? So in the month of Feb, they'll tell me something else, and 2-3 months before in November, they'll tell me something else. I said, why? So no, one new teacher came and they taught us in a different way. So this commercialized way of teaching, or maybe the staff going on changing, or they want to get cheap staff. So this is making the children very confused, and you are giving your own textbooks and you're not using the textbook in the best possible way. So when I see many textbooks, many schools giving, they are superb, very good textbooks, better than the NCERT. But what is happening is, if it is not taught to the student that how to use this, how to study this, how to learn this, then what is the use of giving those textbooks? So instead of that, if you are not able to teach from those interactive books, you better reduce the fees and give normal textbooks to them, which the government is already prescribed. Okay, so this also I do not find it good. You either give good textbooks and teach them according to those, or else you stop giving textbooks and stop making parents confused. Third thing, which happened just 1 week back, the CBSE 10th standard maths paper. And this is totally controversial. You see, there are news and all going on online, and I think some online teacher has put a PIL in the court because set 2 and 3 were tough and set 1 and 4 were easy, and maths basic was like maths standard only. The questions and all were almost like maths standard, or maybe more tough than that. So the CBSE board, you people, whoever the CBSE board is, you all thought that we'll make 2 board exams, which is an improvement exam obviously, and we this will reduce the burden of the child. Now what is being reduced? What burden is being reduced? I don't understand. When you are giving the first board exam and you are putting questions which are not taught at all, not even it was there in your sample paper. CBSE had released a sample paper, and the sample paper and the competency level questions in sample paper and the competency level questions in the final board paper. What connection was there in set 2 and 3? You just check. Okay, so and then you will say, okay, there is an improvement exam. So I don't understand, what game is this? What are you playing? Like, I'm really clueless as a teacher. And see, and plus, even one thing worries me is the state board, Maharashtra state board especially, is planning to adopt the CBSE mode of education. The CBSE mode of education is at the moment, okay, this was considered the best in India, but at the moment everyone are confused if to enroll their kids in a CBSE school or not. So when you are trying to make the burden of a child less in the 10th standard, when this option came, when you people released that we are having 2 board exams, going to be an improvement exam, the best of the 2 subjects will be taken, there were students who were, and the parents were very happy. They said, okay, this will reduce the burden of the child and all. But after the first paper, and somewhere I told my students also that I feel that the first paper is going to be super tough. Okay, especially the maths first paper and the others also, because they are giving an improvement exam. Obviously, I did not make sense. But now when the students give me a report or review of the paper, they say, tell me, sir, you are right. The paper has been, we did our best, but the paper has been set in such a way that we can't even do our best. And I had put some videos late before also that none of the schools teach the children. Maybe a handful of schools are there who teach the children how to solve competency based questions. Okay, none of the schools. When I ask my students how to solve this, no, teacher has just rushed through the exercise. One practice set, one exercise, 1 or 2 sums solved, and just go away. That's it. And the children are having fun in CBSE schools. Okay, just air conditioned classrooms, 10-20 students in a batch and in a class, and parents and all get happy. But where is this heading? So CBSE board officials, if you are watching me, just do something about this. If you are, and then the 10th stand, there were even articles online saying that now the CBSE is thinking of, I don't know if this is true, but what I read, okay, not officially, but this is just what I read, some news articles giving options that now the CBSE might plan to leniently check the papers, or even if the final answer is wrong and the steps are correct, give full marks. What nonsense is this? Okay, what nonsense. If the CBSE really considers all of this, this is total nonsense that is happening in our Indian education system. What about those who worked hard and slogged it out? Okay, so think about this. Okay, maybe now if you're having an improvement exam, either you scrap this to a board exam system, or else you think about having the normal way of teaching. Don't go to 50% competency based. Make it around 20%, which really makes sense, and balance 80%. Let it be where the children can study. And there is, you already know, CBSE board official, that there is so much of content to study already in your NCERT textbook and your exemplar. So if you have already so much to study, you just check how many students must have finished studying that only. Okay, so think about it. You are not reducing the burden of the child. You are increasing their burden, and you are increasing the stress level of the child, the anxiety of the child, and obviously the parents also. Last thing, CBSE should stop treating its exam like competitive exams. This is not some UPSC, MPSC exam, or this is not an exam of JEE where you have a different competition level then, which is justified. There you have to give competitive exam. But a board exam, in my view, is not a competitive exam. Okay, the students are doing their best. They are studying for 14, 15 years of their life just for their level 2, that is their college life, and to go to 11, 12, and to choose their career, etc. Okay, why are you making it so competitive that you know and see, maybe I should not say this. Actually, I have my own institute. I would obviously want students to join my institute and study with me. But when the children, those who can afford coaching institutes and tutorials, will, obviously, this exam 10th standard has been difficult, so okay, we'll enroll our children to a coaching institute so that they do well. Okay, why the parent thinks it? Because in the school these all things don't happen. They are not training the kids in such a way, and suddenly there is a difficult paper which comes. So parents will obviously be worried, so they will want to enroll their kids to a coaching institute. But you think about those parents and those students who are not financially capable of enrolling themselves in a coaching institute or a good tutorial, or to get coaching or tuitions or anything. So you mean that those students will not do well? Directly they will fail. They have to take maths basic. They cannot even attempt maths standard. So when you make these levels so tough, how will a student who's financially not good be able to crack the 10th standard exam if you're going to make it a competitive exam and not a normal board exam? Just think about this. Okay, when you talk about this, when the new education policy is thinking about not encouraging children to study on their own and not join coaching institutes and all. Okay, now if personally during my time also till the ninth standard I did not go to any coaching institute. I only went to the 10th, in the 10th, to solve papers and etc. But now you see the trend. Coaching institutes do their best to train the kids and do their best what schools are not doing. And you people, especially the CBSE board officials, you are setting papers, making things so competitive that parents will enroll to coaching institute. And those who see, obviously those who are financially capable will get the best of education. But what about those who are financially not capable? How will they get the best of education? So they have to depend on their schools. What the schools are doing? Nothing. They are not training their kids for competency based questions. Okay, and then suddenly the question paper comes totally different than the board sample paper. Like CBSE board you people had released a sample paper, the CBSE board. Your CBSE sample paper and the CBSE maths final paper, see the difference. You yourself see it. So okay, so I end this by just requesting the CBSE board officials as well as ICSE. Okay, now I think ICSE has the exam that come normal, however yearly it is. But CBSE, there are so many controversies going on, so many talks going on online about the question papers, the pattern changing. During COVID, it was 25% syllabus or 25% reduced syllabus. Then suddenly they increased it, and fifth to eighth get giving their own private text publication textbooks, and it's all getting messed up. So I'm requesting CBSE board to think about this. If this video reaches you, and if those who are, or parents who are watching me, share this with other parents so that it goes to the CBSE board, and your children will be having a normal mode of study and normal way of studying. There are so many parents and so many of us, we have studied in the CBSE board and are really doing well. My CBSE teachers and all are there. They are highly qualified to teach my students. But when they see the level of questions coming and they have to do the job what the school is not doing, then it is bit a worrisome situation that happens. Okay. So thanks everyone for watching this video, and I hope this video reaches far and wide so that many CBSE officials watch it and maybe do something to decrease stress, not increase stress. Okay, thank you everyone. Bye.